seriously, you don't mess with the thespians.
Yummy lawsuits. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Who thought this was going to be a good idea?
Amazing Technicolor Shitshow.
Hello and welcome. This is Amazing Technicolor Shitshow, where we explore the fumbles and follies from all levels of live theater. My name is Elle.
And I'm Trev.
And today it is Easter week.
It's Easter week.
Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate.
Happy Monday, Thursday.
So we're going to be talking about Easter-related performances.
Yes. Church plays in general.
Church plays.
But also passion plays, all that good stuff.
And you have some experience with church plays, right?
Yes. My entire childhood was practically defined by church plays.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Honestly, the reason that I and my siblings got into theater, it probably has something to do with how many church plays we were in.
As really little children, right?
Yeah, super tiny kids. We were in, my brother was the Grumpy Shepherd in The Grumpy Shepherd.
Nice.
My brother was also the Littlest Star in The Littlest Star.
Oh my gosh.
So I had a lot.
Two title roles.
I had a lot of younger sibling,
Envy. Yeah.
And also that drive that comes with needing to be as good as your older sibling. You understand.
I completely understand.
We're babies of the family,
yes,
us both.
Trev and I both, youngest of three.
Indeed.
Highly competitive now.
You're going down. But yeah, I had a great time. I have really fond memories. It was a lovely time, just doing little 15-minute plays.
Remind me, was this the same kind of group in which you played the role of a carrot?
No, that was just second grade.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, in these plays, in one of them I was a sheep. I remember there was a song that went ba ba ba.
Okay.
And we all went. There was one that was like a news story, and I was like one of the newscasters. That was exciting.
Okay.
My big breakout
Bethlehem
role.
News. This just in.
No, it was eyewitness news, but eyewitness.
Oh.
Pretty clever.
Yeah. That tracks.
My big breakout role was Balthazar in a Three Kings show.
You know what's really funny is I played Melchior.
Yes.
Melchior. I don't even know how to say it. I was the M named king.
Is it Melchior?
I
That's
think
really
so.
funny because of Spring Awakening.
Melchior. Yeah. Anyway, I was that king. The king that brings gold.
Nice.
So obviously the best gift.
King that brings drip.
Yeah. And I got to sing the gold verse of We Three Kings. I love that. That's a thing we share, is that we have both played the role of a king in a childhood epiphany pageant. Love that.
That's how you know we're a perfect couple.
Yep.
But I think I had the better verse, the sorrowing, sighing, bleeding, dying third verse.
That's true.
Is the best verse of the song.
That is true. That king has the best character development. But the Gold King does have the best drip. So
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll concede to that.
I also hate to brag, but every year, for the last 5 years or so, I do play one of the best roles that you can play in an Easter pageant, and that is the Easter Bunny.
The bunny themselves.
Yeah. Don't let anyone hear this. But
don't let anyone hear this. Shh.
If you're an adult listening to this, tell no one.
Don't look through the translucent eyes of the bunny costume.
I have been reprising my role year after year as the Easter Bunny. I do don a bunny hat and a whole big bunny mascot situation, bib overalls, and I do some mascotting.
It's on Easter.
For a local Easter egg hunt on Easter Sunday.
The real bunny is busy. You're standing in at the church.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's how we do. But yes, I totally forgot about that. You're very well acquainted with passion plays as the Easter Bunny.
Yes. The Easter Bunny, obviously the most important role in the passion.
Okay, I forget if we've talked about this. We have to get into the episode. I've got a lot of research to cover.
You have a lot to say.
But the most exciting thing that I have to say about passion plays is that our small city of 50,000-ish people is the picture on the Wikipedia page for passion plays. If you
Yeah.
go to the internet and search for passion plays, you'll find a picture of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin,
Yeah.
which is our claim to fame as a city, I guess. That's why we're on the map.
There was a church that maybe used to, maybe still does,
Yeah, I think still does.
maybe still does put on a yearly passion play, and it is a picture from that production that is featured on Wikipedia.
So you're listening to royalty, I guess.
Essentially. Well, I am the Easter Bunny, so at least this time of year, I am certainly royalty.
Very true.
Places.
Thank you, places.
So theater and church have a long, storied relationship. We've talked in the past about how the early Christian church prohibited theater
Yes.
and most similar forms of entertainment throughout Europe for hundreds of years.
Nothing with any lascivious mirth and levity.
That's right.
Us thespians got way too much lascivious mirth going on.
But during this time, there was a lot of theater adjacent work being done in churches, especially around the 10th century with what we call mystery plays.
Yes.
These are dramatic works about biblical stories like the creation or the Last Judgment, anything in between. And when drama finally started rearing its head as a secular art form, at least in the European world, churches started to see a lot less theater. But church plays never fully went away, and now, especially around Easter and Christmas, you're going to see all sorts of theater combined with Christian worship. This brings me to two stories of two churches that both decided that the tired old format of the church play could use a little updating.
All right, bring it on.
On August 5th, 2022, a church called the Door Christian Fellowship Ministries. Too many words
That's a lot of words.
for the name of a church. They put on a production that they might have felt would connect their gospel with the energetic youth of today. It was a production that would have an effect maybe like no other church play in history. Because of this play, the church made a giant, quote-unquote, donation to a charity that directly opposed its mission.
Oh, my.
The problem? This production happened to be a completely unlicensed, heavily edited version of the hit musical Hamilton. The Door Christian Fellowship Ministries was so excited about this production that they live streamed it, and that is where their biggest issues began.
Oh, my.
The church had performed many similar productions in the past, editing the story of movies like Elf and Toy Story and Despicable Me to be about Jesus and the church's doctrine. But they fell victim to one of the classic blunders. Never underestimate the internet's rabid fervor for the musical Hamilton.
Right. Also, this just feels like a big old lawsuit waiting to happen. Is that where we're going? Okay.
See, the question is always whether or not suing is going to be worth it.
Yeah.
And whether or not the rights holders even find out.
Yeah.
But importantly, Hamilton's audience tends to skew very, very liberal.
Yeah.
And there's actually a sizable cult following for the musical that is based in fanfic and queer readings of the characters. Lin-Manuel Miranda has actually encouraged the understanding that the real-life Hamilton may have been bisexual and that the Hamilton in the musical Hamilton kind of definitely is bisexual.
Okay.
Which really helped galvanize this very online, very queer-friendly subset of the Hamilton fandom. Now, unfortunately, I have to explain a little bit more about how the Door Christian Fellowship Ministries edited the Hamilton musical.
Oh, no.
Lots of lines and lyrics are changed to be about Jesus and Christianity. There's actually an added scene where Hamilton becomes a Christian. He wasn't in real life.
Okay.
And very unfortunately, there is also a sermon tacked onto the performance that is explicitly homophobic, casting homosexuality as an affliction, like drug addiction or alcoholism.
Oh, geez.
You understand how the internet, specifically the very online, very queer-friendly Hamilton internet fan base, would not stand for this slander.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, you don't mess with the thespians.
You do not.
You
It's
don't.
so true.
No.
That's the secret motto of this podcast is don't mess with thespians.
Yeah.
Within hours, even during the original stream, #Scamilton went viral. People made clips from the show highlighting the changes, the issues, even the subpar performances, and circulated these clips all over the place on every social media platform. And the Hamilton cast and crew were pissed.
Yeah.
This was Hamilton,
Yeah.
a show famous for diverse casting and themes of inclusion.
Yeah.
Their lawyers sent a cease and desist, take this off the internet immediately, and I think mercifully allowed the church to proceed with a second already scheduled performance. But, of course, they also demanded a payment for damages.
I can't fathom that they allowed them to put on a second performance of
Truly.
this. Like, that seems like way above and beyond, way nicer than they needed to be to these
Absolutely.
people. Because you can't just, the copyright laws alone, much less like taking something and like completely doing the opposite of what that show like has meant to the community.
Yeah.
Like I'm shocked that the rights holders to Hamilton allowed a second performance of this.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there, but it is a shockingly lenient position.
Yeah.
And to let this additional performance continue.
Yeah.
But Lin-Manuel Miranda also sued on top of that.
Okay.
The church settled for an undisclosed amount, but the cherry on top of the story is that Lin-Manuel Miranda donated that entire sum to the South Texas Equality Project, an LGBTQ organization serving South Texas where the church is located.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel. Yeah, that's how to do it.
Got him.
Good for him.
So Scamilton inadvertently funded the LGBTQ
Yeah.
efforts in the area. Really great.
Wow.
A happy story at the end of it all.
Okay. Wow. That was an interesting turn of events there. Wow.
Indeed.
What a surprising story. You have another interesting story too, you said.
Scamilton is by far not the only legally problematic passion play production. This happens all over the place all the time. For my second case study, I bring you the Church of the Rock, a megachurch in Winnipeg, Manitoba. For 15 years at least, Church of the Rock was producing Easter time passion plays that were as ambitious as they were legally questionable.
Legally questionable.
I feel questionable about the legality. Yes, Church of the Rock had a tradition of taking a beloved movie or show or other franchise and mashing up the characters and settings into the story of the Passion of Jesus Christ, accompanied by popular songs that we just know that they didn't get the grand rights to perform.
Of course they did not get the rights to these.
As a reminder, if you're performing a song as part of a drama, you need more specific, often more expensive rights purchased directly from the rights holder of the music.
Yep.
Didn't do that.
Didn't do that. They just made a jukebox musical. They just made their own passion jukebox musical.
Anyway, these were absolutely wild productions, many of which have video evidence online, even though they're a bit hard to find now. Some highlights from these plays include Jesus, dressed as Michael Jackson, getting resurrected from a dumpster, complete with pyrotechnics and zombie costumes for a celebratory thriller dance.
Okay, I kind of love it.
These shows have a certain charm.
I kind of love that one.
Watching them,
kind of great.
there is a beautiful something about these plays. You've got to see some clips.
All right.
Another one, Vizzini from The Princess Bride, walking on water, ? And haplessly yelping his way through the song, I'm Walking on Sunshine.
Okay.
It's a very,
All right.
Robin and Catwoman singing Don't Stop Believin' as Batman is crucified to the bat signal searchlight.
What? You lost me. You lost me at Catwoman and the crucified Batman.
Yes.
I'm not buying this one.
One more. Loki, Marvel Loki, not the demigod god Loki.
Marvel's
it's Marvel
Loki.
Singing It's the End of the World as We Know It by REM. As Iron Man is strapped to an I-beam and lifted into the sky. Then, when Loki is done, Jesus/Iron Man responds by mashing up Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba over the REM instrumentals.
What is this? Who thought this was going to be a good idea?
This is the magic of Church of the Rock and their passion play productions.
What kind of fever dream inspired this? I have have to know.
Who knows? Who truly knows? And it's so funny. It's like a lot of the same actors year by year, and they keep coming back. And like sometimes you'll see somebody have like a smaller role one year, and they'll come back the next year with a bigger role.
Oh my gosh.
These productions continued for well over a decade until one fateful day in 2022, same year, when Church of the Rock received the unwelcome news that they had become kinda internet famous. Because a YouTuber named Jenny Nicholson had created a video entitled The Church Play Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
This video now has 5.6 million views. This was not part of the plan for Church on the Rock.
Because that's how you get sued. Because
Right.
because Marvel sees what you're doing, and Marvel, who has all kinds of money and resources, is like, I smell a lawsuit today.
Yummy lawsuits. Chomp, chomp, chomp. In this video, Jenny Nicholson takes her audience on a full tour of all of the plays from 2008 to 2022. It was a couple years ago, of course, but she includes the most wonderful clips from recordings of the actual performances, which boggle the mind with how nonsensical and strange they are. Plus, how shamelessly they're just producing copyrighted stories and sometimes full conversations ripped from movies under the guise that it's fine because it's a parody. And no, you cannot just reproduce someone else's work and change something about it and say that's a parody. That's not how that works.
We talked about this last week.
We
If
talked about
If you didn't,
this.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
we
ago,
talked
yes.
about this 2 weeks ago. If you're coming late to the party, go listen to 2 episodes ago.
Yes, it's a good one.
Where we talk all about copyrights and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, especially with Disney, like you're saying, the act of simply having Iron Man in your church play is risky in itself.
Yeah.
You are tempting Mickey Mouse to sue you for infringing on their trademark for the design and concept of that character.
Yeah.
And we know that Mickey Mouse plays it hard with the litigation.
Mickey is gonna get it if
Yes.
Mickey wants it.
Mickey can get it.
Mickey gonna get it good.
Anyway, Church of the Rock's sudden 15 minutes of fame may have had a lasting effect on its Easter programming, although we don't have any public lawsuits. Nothing happened and got reported on. But after Jenny Nicholson's video on their passion plays, Church of the Rock produced possibly their last big-name parody in Beauty and the Beaster, in which Mrs. Potts belts out... She belts out a lament for the crucified Belle to the tune of Freebird.
What?
And the following year, they chose a relatively safer IP to parody in their 2024 special, Murder on the Jerusalem Express.
What is this nonsense? What is this crazy nonsense?
But interestingly, her Murder on the Jerusalem Express / Murder on the Orient Express is not in the public domain yet, but it will be soon. So feels like a step back from the giant IPs of the prior decade.
I mean, it might be a little bit less of a copyright infringement, but it's certainly not a good idea.
Just because it's legal doesn't mean you should.
Oh, it's not even legal. We can't even say it's legal because
true.
it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. But then in 2025, Church of the Rock just did a regular passion play, albeit with popular songs.
Okay.
This weekend, days from now in 2026, they won't be doing a play at all, just a service that kind of tells the story of the Passion through songs.
Oh, okay.
And this is kind of a surprisingly sad ending to me, though on one hand, what they were doing was absolutely illegal.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite likely, I don't know this, but I think it's likely that their internet fame led to their decision to stop doing it either through lawsuit or just a sudden realization that what they're doing wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I don't see how this was hurting anyone. Nobody's going to see these online and think that Marvel Studios is getting evangelical.
Yeah.
It's one of those edge cases, but it's one of those things that you don't know who's going to record your shit and put it everywhere online.
Yeah. And if you think you might be doing something illegal, you're probably doing something illegal.
Yep. And it's probably a bad plan.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more about these plays, I have to recommend the tremendous video by Jenny Nicholson. Again, it's called The Church Play Cinematic Universe. You can find it on YouTube. Can I just say how funny I think it is that both of these church play productions were brought down by internet fandoms?
Yeah.
Scamilton is more clear cut, but it's not an undeniable fact that Church of the Rock changed their programming because of the internet hullabaloo, but come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's delightful.
That is really fun. Okay, and I know what I'm going to be doing with my evening once we're done recording this. I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of the Church Play Cinematic Universe.
You've got to, yes.
All right, time for a listener story. This listener says, I was on the production team for The Wizard of Oz back in the 90s. We did 2 weekends of performances and opted to double cast Dorothy, Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Lion. We casted children as the Munchkins, and they had a Mama Munchkin who helped keep them focused and on track and got them where they needed to be for their entrances.
Gosh, can I say praise the Munchkin Mama for stepping into that role?
Right? For just being like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll be the one who's on stage with all the little kids and just, keeps them in
Gotta
check.
have it. Gotta have one.
During this particular performance, I was standing back behind the mids with Glinda, and the actor currently playing Scarecrow was on stage right in front of the mids, in view of the audience. The Munchkins and their mama were backstage, a little to my right, waiting to go on. For a little stage magic, a flash pot was set to go off as Glinda entered. Just a few little sparks and an elegant puff of smoke. Nothing loud, but during this particular performance, it went off with a massive bang.
Oh my gosh.
I had no idea what happened because I was behind the mids, but the lights came up and I had to practically shove Glinda onto the stage. She was visibly shaken and said she couldn't hear, but she simply had to go on.
Oh my gosh.
After getting Glinda onto the stage so that the scene could begin, we had to get the Munchkins calmed down as best we could.
They're freaking out.
There's a whole bunch of little kids who just had something scary happen, so they're all freaking out. After this, I sprinted backstage to find the alternate Scarecrow actor who wasn't on that night and asked him to get into his costume. I was worried that our current Scarecrow, who was very close to the loud bang, might need to get off the stage to recollect himself as the party was traveling through the audience singing the Yellow Brick Road song.
Okay, I love this on-the-fly ingenuity. That's great.
Yep. Our current acting Scarecrow declined coming off stage and instead opted to finish out the show. But he confessed later that he had not been able to hear very well.
And he was also still smoldering.
Well, as they say, the show must go on, and it did. I don't think the audience really even knew what had happened, but we did not use that effect the rest of the shows.
Yeah, good thing. Wow. Pyrotechnics, surprise pyrotechnics is never a good thing.
Yeah.
But having to finish something when you don't know whether or not somebody got hurt, that's pretty scary.
It is scary.
I think that, this probably went as well as it could have.
Yeah.
If the show didn't completely stop at that point, then, props. That's a good job to calm the kids down from an explosion happening that they weren't expecting and keep going.
5 minutes.
Thank you, Five.
Elle, I have given you some homework.
Yeah.
I told you that I think that our Thank You Five should be that you should present to me a world's worst stunt casting of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes.
We have all sorts of casts for this show. Every few years it comes out and there's this big star-studded cast.
Yes.
I want to see your worst effort at putting together this year's JCS.
So here's the thing. I took the assignment,
Mm-hmm.
but I was having so much fun with it that I don't actually think this cast is bad. I think this is just a cast of bold choices. I don't actually think this would be a bad show at all. Quite the contrary. I think this would be a delight to
Cool.
watch. I think
Cool.
maybe the super serious JC Soups fans out there would think that what I have done is a bad choice, but I think I would really like to see this.
I would think that anyone who is unironically a fan of anything Andrew Lloyd Webber has written is probably going to love what you're about to throw down right
All
now.
right, we will see.
Cool.
I'm going to go in like reverse order, supporting actors
Oh, yeah.
to lead
Bottom
actors.
of the cast list
because
to the top.
I just need you to like slowly start to picture the production that
Yeah,
we're
okay.
experiencing. Okay.
I love it. I love the drum roll that you've
Yes.
set up here.
So first we have disciples Simon and Peter. Simon, in case you don't remember, he's sort of the more like political uprising.
Yeah,
up
he's
and
a bad
coming.
boy.
He's kind of a baddie. And then Peter, of course, the apostle who denies Jesus, right? Simon and Peter, this is going to be played by Annie Murphy and Daniel Levy, aka Alexis Rose and David Rose.
Yeah.
Alexis, of course, being Simon, sort of the political
Yes,
baddie, and
totally.
David Rose, of course, being Peter. Can't you just picture David Rose denying Jesus?
I don't know who that is.
I don't even know that guy. So anyway, it's those actors, but as David and Alexis is
Okay,
what I'm
cool.
picturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Then, possibly one of my favorite casting choices, we have Caiaphas and Annas.
Yes.
They are, of course, the high priests, right?
Mm-hmm.
The roles of the high priests will be played by Dolly Parton and Cher, right?
And you've got the high voice and the low voice.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, they'll be so good.
Won't they be absolutely like studded out glamorously in
rhinestones for
in their
days.
glory? Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Are you here for it?
I'm here for it. That's
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It's not what the audience asked for, but it's what they want.
It's the hero they needed.
It's
yeah.
the hero they needed.
Perfect.
Okay. Then, of course, we have King Herod. Obviously, I have a lot of glitz and glam in this cast. So I was torn between two. We're going to give an A cast and a B cast. We have two options for King Herod because I simply could not choose. One option is RuPaul, of course, the fantastic RuPaul.
Okay.
The other option is Alan Cumming as if he is hosting an episode of The Traitors.
He comes out with this tartan draped over his head.
And he's wearing, a collar that's shaped like a coffin. And he's, you know what I mean? And
Totally.
those are my two options. I think different vibes, but I'm here for both of them.
Yeah. Honestly, RuPaul is like more of the standard because it's very often a very flamboyant part, and just casting one of the most flamboyant superstars of the age.
Yeah.
That's almost expected.
Almost, yeah.
So I think both could really rock it. I love it.
I really was living for the Alan Cumming as himself as the Traitors host.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of got this extra special element of the mystery and intrigue of it all, Okay, moving on. This one's some real stunt casting, and this one I'm not sure who's going to buy this, but Pontius Pilate, it's sort of the tough, emotional role, right? I threw you a curveball. I went with Conan O'Brien.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
We've never seen him do anything like this, and quite frankly, I'm not sure he's capable of being serious, but I think it would be really fun to watch.
Absolutely, he is. I mean, that's the thing with, when Jim Carrey or Robin Williams will have like a dramatic role. It hits harder because they're so good at comedy that like they know how to twist the knife in the emotional dramatic way. I think that's a beautiful idea.
You
I
like
think
my
that
choice?
Conan would kill it.
Yeah. It just kind of came to me and I ran with it. Up next, this is one of my favorite choices as well. In the role of Mary Magdalene, Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are all of her songs replaced by polkas?
They
Or
could
are we
be.
making him go straight with it?
Honestly, either way. I think I want to see him try both ways.
Yeah.
And I think I want to see what's landing.
Dude is a talented vocalist. He could do the non-polka route.
Yeah. I just want to see what he does with it, quite frankly.
All right.
And
I love it.
here we go.
Yes.
The crowning jewel of this.
Mm-hmm.
It is not what anyone asked for, but it is what everyone is getting. In the roles of Jesus and Judas, we have Dame Judi Dench and Dame Imelda Staunton. Can you even imagine?
This show is so like reliant on Jesus and Judas being so like powerful rock tenors.
Yeah.
That like taking things down a notch. Like being pretty with it. Like no shade on either of them, but putting a doily under the teacup of this production.
Putting a doily on this production. I was like, but what if? Two of the most elegant English
and
actresses.
And they switch off every night, yes?
Oh.
Did you have an idea of who was who?
I had put Judy as Jesus and Imelda as Judas.
Yeah, okay. Cool,
but to be fair, they could switch off every
ways.
night. They're both absolutely incredible.
Gosh, how wonderful.
I just want to see it happen.
Yeah.
I just want to see it.
You've really hit it out of the park. And
Thank you.
Sure, honestly, after seeing your choices, I'm sure you've made somebody mad, which I think is that's a good stamp of approval.
And at the end of the day, I think this episode is all about making some people mad. So
that's good. Yeah. Let's make some people angry for the holidays.
Right? I have a special little treat for you today.
Okay.
A special little Easter basket
Cute
goodie.
little jelly bean in my Easter
little
basket.
jelly bean in your basket.
Okay.
I have also cast it with the Muppets.
Oh, thank you.
Just for you.
That's really sweet.
It's your little Easter
treat. You knew
treat.
I would love this.
I knew you would love it. So
hit me.
Here's the speed version of it.
Yeah.
As Simon and Peter, we have Bunsen and Beaker.
Of course. Perfect.
Classic.
Yes.
As Caiaphas and Annas, we have Statler and Waldorf.
Oh.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Can you imagine?
Can you? As King Herod, we have Pepe the King Prawn.
Perfect. Yes.
It's perfect, right?
Yes.
As Pontius Pilate, we have Rizzo.
Cute.
As Mary,
dramatic role for
dramatic
Rizzo.
role for him.
Yeah.
As Mary Magdalene, obviously Miss Piggy.
She's perfect.
As Judas, we have Gonzo.
Yep.
And as Jesus, we have Kermit.
That's
obviously
classic.
Kermit Christ Super Frog.
That's so good. I thank you. You know that means a lot to me.
I do. It's just your little Easter treat.
I think it means a lot to our audience as well.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. And if you don't, you're probably wondering what the hell we're talking about. But
happy Peeps on Sale Day.
yeah, happy Peeps Go on Clearance Day.
Very good.
To those who celebrate.
To those who celebrate. My niece celebrates Peeps on Sale Day.
To those silly people who like Peeps, I just think they taste like plastic.
Oh, I love a Peep.
They just taste like plastic
That's
to me.
part of their appeal.
I just can't get past it.
That's why you eat a Peep.
I'm just not a Peep girly, but that's okay. It's okay. I have other loves.
This is not a Peep show. Ayo.
Well, that is our show for today. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you're watching through the video, thanks so much for joining us here in the green room. We want to hear your stories. Send all of your theater-related tales to us. Theater mishaps, good things, bad things, drama. Send them to amazingtechnikolershow@gmail.com or visit our website, amazingtechnikolershow.com. If you like what you hear, give us a good review on all of the podcast apps that you use and follow us on socials. And of course, tell your friends about us. And if you don't like what you hear, we might just cast them as Marvel Judas.
Truly the part that nobody asked for.
Loki Judas.
Loki Judas.
Loki Judas. Piano accompaniment was provided by Paul Thelen, and our stage manager is Daniel Schneider.
Thanks, Daniel.
Again, thank you so much for listening. And whatever it is you're up to, be it on stage, off stage, or in your life, break a leg.
Amazing Technicolor Shitshow.